Hey guys, welcome back to part 3, the final part of my July 12th DVD update. Let's go ahead and finish off this massive DVD update. The next one that I got from my CD Universe order was a film, a slasher that came out in 2008, and it's been getting a lot of hype, and I ordered it just, based on, the comments that I've been hearing about it, saying that it's a real throwback film that really captured, the spirit of those 80s, slumber party movies, such as Slumber Party Massacre and stuff, which I fucking love. And the whole trilogy is actually being re-released by, you guessed it, that Roger Corman Cult Classics line in October. So you can actually pre-order that on Amazon now if you wanted to. But nonetheless, the film that I'm talking about is actually Spring Break Massacre. I mean, just look at that cover. I mean, obviously it's just, a blatant ripoff of Slumber Party Massacre, but it begs the question, what's wrong with that? I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, you rarely see art like that, by today's standards, so it's really cool, just from, the cover itself, you can definitely tell that they're going for a vibe that's very similar to, the films that I was just mentioning, those 80s slasher slumber party flicks. So, I mean, this is, from what I've heard, this is just a really fun film that really captures that spirit head on. It's got Linnea Quigley, who is just a glorified 80s scream queen, from Return of the Living Dead, just tons of stuff, Savage Streets, just Night of the Demons, and you also actually have Reggie Bannister of Phantasm and Bubba Hotep fame, so a close buddy of mine had actually ordered it too and got to watching it before I did, and he said it's really, really awesome. And I know people like Cool Duder had been hyping this movie up, so Frightener22 can't really comment too much on the quality of it yet, but I can definitely say that I'm getting a lot of good vibes and a lot of good feelings about this, so I can't wait to check this one out. If it really is as good as I hope that it's going to be, I'm sure one day down the line it certainly will become a Saturday Night Movie Drive-In review. And at the time of this filming today, the last two I just scooped up today, and the next one is a Blu Ray that was on sale for $10, but being a part of the Best Buy Reward Zone, it takes like a fucking year to get like a $5 coupon after all the money that you spend there. But nonetheless, I got one in, and there wasn't like a crazy amount of stuff that really came out this week. I was just kind of picking and choosing things that like I hadn't had, or things that were just cheap or something. So I managed to get this Blu-ray for only $5, which is really cool considering what film it is. And that film is A Clockwork Orange. I mean, it's a Blu-ray, and it's a classic such as A Clockwork Orange, and I got it for $5, so you really, really can't go wrong on that. I mean, according to Blu-ray.com, they mainly gave the video picture and the audio a 3.5, which is, a little over average, but overall they gave it 4.0, because obviously the film itself is stunning, but this is a film, considering its age, which is 1971, it's one of those things that they go as far as saying that this is the best the film has ever looked, but it's not something that you're going to look at it and, want to, put on A Clockwork Orange when people come over to show off your Blu-ray player and your system. It's just not. This is a film much like Big Trouble in Little China, where I was talking that it really preserves the film look and just kind of enhances the way that they shot. It's not something like, the new Predator Blu-ray edition where everybody looks really glossy and looks like they just got a tan from the Jersey Shore. This is definitely, a film that just preserves the look and it just, makes everything look natural, but just, better. It's not as grainy as the other prints, and they just said it's the best looking, it's a step above any of the previous DVD editions. So whatever way, you slice it, the Blu-ray is, the end-all be-all for, the best Clockwork Orange is probably ever going to look for quite some time. So, for $5, who can really, really go wrong with that one? And the final film I got today was at Target, and I didn't even mean to pick it up, although it's, I've been wanting to pick it up for a while on Blu-ray because it is one of my favorite films of all time, but I mainly went to Target because the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, the complete series, was just released this week, and that was a short-lived Scooby-Doo show that actually had Vincent Price as the narrator and playing a character in the show by the name of Vincent Van Ghoul, but nonetheless, Target was actually sold out of it. I don't know who the fuck is buying it because who the hell actually watches that show? I mean, it's like, from the 80s, so it's just little, parents picking up, anything Scooby-Doo related for their bastard children, which is stupid, because that just leaves me out in the dust, which is a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna have to get that, probably later in the week or next week, so that will probably be in the next DVD update. So, I went all the way to Target in the pouring rain, and it's always just one of those things where, like, if I've come there, I don't want to exactly walk out empty-handed, so, I mean, I did find something that was definitely worthy enough for me to walk out with, and it was one that I was going to get sooner or later, so I figured I knew I was going to shoot the DVD update tonight, so I may as well get it, and that, of course, is one of my favorite films of all time, The Karate Kid on Blu Ray. It was $20, and I mean, like, this is great. I've heard that the Blu Ray review is great. Blu-ray.com gave, the video and the audio like a 4.0, so I mean, it's better than a Clockwork Orange, and, I'm sure it's just as good as, like, Big Trouble in Little China. I don't believe, based on screenshots that I saw, it's not like a scenario where everybody looks glossy and stuff like I had, discussed before. So this is one that I'm really, really happy to have in the collection. I can finally see, Daniel administer the crane kick to Johnny in 1080p, and what more can you ask for? And although, we don't really talk about that shitty remake that was just put out in theaters, but the interesting thing is that with the new edition, the Blu-ray of the original Karate Kid and the DVD, you can actually get up to $10 off to see the Karate Kid. So I would have never, ever in a million years gone and paid my hard-earned money to see the Karate Kid, the new one, because, the original Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio is the end-all, be-all for Karate Kids. But, nonetheless, they do offer it, and I did print it out. So, I mean, it is not a bad deal. So I figure since they're, basically, giving me a free movie ticket to see it, I feel like one day down the line I'm going to see it, probably this week or next week. But I wouldn't really expect an At the Movies review of that, because, like I said, I'm not really expecting a whole lot, and I really wouldn't have gone to see that movie had it not been on the house. So, all that said, guys, that concludes my massive July 12th DVD update. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I understand that the channel hasn't really been as lively, or as active as normal throughout the year, but, there's a lot of reasons for that. It's mainly because, it's the summer. I don't want to do a new season of Saturday Night Movie Drive-In until the fall, where more people are kind of back into their, routine, and, I don't want to review and do a lot of cool stuff on the channel and have it be overlooked, where a lot of people, will miss that stuff and not be aware of it. So, I wanted to get this big DVD update. I'm sure there'll be another one come August, and I hope that, my DVD collection videos are keeping you guys entertained. I shot, a good amount of those before the summer hit, so I've been slowly just leaking them onto the channel to give you guys something to watch, over this, more or less, slow summer. But, rest assured, once the summer is over, we'll have a new season of Saturday Night Movie Drive-In. I definitely plan on doing a 2010 31 Frightening Days of Halloween marathon, and then there's, tons of surprises coming too. I have a few things that I'm, considering doing and working out, so, once the summer ends, the channel will be back in full gear, so I definitely expect to see you guys all there once everything's get back to normal. So, all that said, thanks again for tuning in to the DVD update, and I'll see you guys soon. This is Frightener22.